Welcome to the Mercedes-Benz CLE 180. All right, let's go. Let me join traffic. Perfect, and we are on the road. So, CLE 180, one of the, I'd say, one of the cars that that we are still happy to have around. Coupes are somehow a dying breed. Let us look back at the wonderful range of coupes that we had at Mercedes-Benz not so long ago. S-Class Coupe, E-Class Coupe, this one still being alive, but C-Class Coupe. And if you look at the model range today, well, there's not many left of them, unfortunately. And to be honest, this is like the only one left, the CLE Coupe. Of course, it's available in different kinds of engines, but this model is like the only one. There's no E-Class Coupe, there's no S-Class Coupe anymore. There's like a GT, an AMG GT Coupe, but that's a whole different model with a big V8 in the front. But these elegant, sporty coupes, it's something that we do see, that we don't see often anymore, which is kind of a shame because it's a beautiful car to start with, a two-door coupe. It has this sporty character. You have these beautiful long doors. It has something, and it were cars that you used to see a lot in the days before. Look at other brands like an Audi A5 or a BMW 3 Series. Back in the days, a CLK, for example, you used to see a lot of coupes. So on one side, I'm sad that we don't see them anymore, and on the other side, I'm still happy that Mercedes is like, no, we're building this thing, it's cool. So thank God. They also made a beautiful AMG version, the 53 AMG. We might have one with a V8 in front. Let's see what the future will bring us. But being able to drive this car around is still a beautiful thing. And it might just be a 180, which means 170 horsepower, 250 Newton meters of torque, which is, honestly, for just a normal petrol engine, it's plenty. It's just that with all the super powerful electric and cars coming out, it feels or it seems like it's not much, but still, just for your daily commute, it's more than enough. Honestly, it's something that people struggle with, I think, because all these big numbers, and now they're like, 170 horsepower, that's not much. And I'm like, 10 years ago, the average normal car had between 100 and 150 horsepower. So this is definitely more than enough. All right, we had a red light, so that's why we were not driving back on the road. And I've been driving this thing for the last few days now, and I was honestly excited about the reactions I received from people when just driving around or parking the car. You just get out and people are like, oh, that's a nice car, that's a nice looking car. And that's what you want with this kind of or type of car. It's just a good looking car, it's sporty, it might not have that big engine in it, but it doesn't matter. It looks like a sporty car, and it still has a sporty character, chassis wise, it's fun to drive. It's really fun to drive, it's rear-wheel drive. It's a blast, And side too, I have all this luxury. That's something that they really managed to do at Mercedes-Benz. Everywhere you look, every part, every door panel, every dashboard, whatever, it looks pretty. I have this carbon fiber stylish dashboard trim, leather everywhere, on the top of the dashboard, on the top of the door panels. It feels luxurious, It feels really luxurious. And it's somehow a little minimalistic. It's not too messy. The lines are quite peaceful, I'd say. We have these two displays, one in front of me with all the driving information on, which works super nice. I can change the display, I can change the head-up display. it's really working well. All this information in front of me, and the quality of the display is really impressive. It's really incredible how they managed to get this quality inside these screens. Same with this screen. So this is the MBUX panel. Everything happens here, comfort, telephone, whatever, media, navigation, but it works super nice. You know, I tap on it, it works, tack, it works instantly. And it's really kind of intuitive. You don't need to search quite long to get what you want. It's just like, okay, you want it, tack, and you get it. So that's nice. We don't have a lot of physical buttons anymore. We just have here down a little bit just for the driving set, the dynamic selector of the car, the cameras, stuff like that, but it's really limited. But you get all your air conditioning settings just here, and you can easily tap. It works well. It works really well. And you also get this kind of display setup in the S-Class. So that's nice that you have a little S-Class wink in the CLE. Because the E-Class or the other cars, just like the compact ones, the A-Class or the CLA, they have a different kind of setup of the dashboard. So it's good that depending on the models, you still get a different setup of the dashboard with a different layout of the displays. I think it's better because people often complain that it's often too similar or that it's not different enough, and that if you pay a lot of money for a specific car, that you want your specific interior too. So I think they try to keep that in mind at Mercedes-Benz, which is important nowadays. So yeah, and then behind the steering wheel, I have this beautiful AMG line, because we have an AMG line exterior and interior package on this car, which means a little bit more sporty steering wheel. It's a little bit thicker. And then with this split, design, it looks nice. The only problem is it's all shadow line, and it's like it attracts dust like you never seen before. I really need like a tissue or whatever, like to swipe it all the time. You just look at it and there's dust on it. It's Dutch. Sometimes you need to push on it, otherwise it's like just a touch swipe or a movement. It works really well, sometimes too well, because for example, if I'm driving on a slower pace, I'd say, sometimes I'm like messing around and I'm like, not on purpose touching something. I'm like, oh, damn it. But it's a small thing. It's a small thing. It's not a big issue. And but besides that, everything feels really nice. Still have this luxurious feeling inside of it. The ride is super smooth. It's a cool car to be in. I love the design of the seats. It's a pleasant car. So again, super excited that Mercedes is still bringing out cars like this, because we want them, because they're pretty. Not every car is to be functional and practical and whatever. No, sometimes a car just needs to be pretty and nice to look at and nice to drive, and everything that follows. So, and this one not being available with an electric version, so it's a mild hybrid, which means we have a 48-volt battery system in it, combined with that 4-cylinder engine, and it works super well. For example, now let me see, I've driven 330 kilometers. I'm at an average of 6.5 liters per 100 kilometers, which is super okay. I'm just driving normal, the normal speed limits and things like that. And fuel consumption is like really good. And the cool thing with the 48-volt system is that you manage to coast really nicely. So for example, the car detects based on navigation and radars and sensors around it, if it can just go in neutral and just coast. But with that, it's like it's insane how well they managed to do it, because the car just floats. it's the first time I was like, is this normal? It's weird. But you have to put it in eco first, and then depending on your speed or whatever, because it's only up to 140, I think, the car just goes poof, neutral, and it really floats. And the idea of that 48 volt system is just to keep the car cruising, floating on the road without losing too much efficiency. So it's better for fuel consumption, and it also continues to supply the 12 volt battery system. So they really managed to do something great, and that's really cool. I'm seeing it now. So I did 330 kilometers, and I can still do 610. So range combined is like 900, 950, which is super nice. I do love a car where you can just drive 800-900 kilometers on one fuel tank. It's the stuff that we do miss. So this mild hybrid thing is really cool. I don't think there's been enough talk about it, or that we still don't talk about it enough, because I've searched a bit for it, and you can find easily, crazy fuel consumptions on these cars. So it's really impressive, and it also it keeps the weight down, because if you go for a plug-in hybrid or something like that, the weight immediately poof goes through the roof, and in this type of car you don't want it, because it's sporty and you want it to be agile when you drive it. So it's a good combination of that petrol engine plus 48 volt battery system. So pretty cool. And you can see it like with the power and charge chart on the display. You can see what it's doing, and you try to work a bit around it, so it helps your efficiency better. It's really cool. It's really cool. So I really like it. It's a pretty car. It looks good. Still gets the compliments. It's nice. So yeah, a car I really do like. So if you're interested in a CLE, hurry up to the dealership, because we don't know how long they will make coupes like this. Unfortunately, we're stuck in traffic. It's not ideal. We're in Belgium, so yeah, it's quite often a lot of traffic in this country. And in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this short explanation, my honest review about this car. It's a really pleasant car. So yeah, get one. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to subscribe. If you drive a CLE or you want to know more about it, make sure to comment, and we'll, if you want to learn something more, well, get in touch. Let's make the community alive. Thank you very much for watching, and see you at the next AutoNext video. Cheers, bye-bye, bye-bye.